My name is Stempka, and I'm here to share with you why our family chose to move to Lawrence Park. How did we end up in Lawrence Park? We moved here to Erie from Minnesota in 2011, and for a period of time lived with our in-laws in Mill Creek, and took our time kind of trying to figure out where we were going to settle as a family in Erie. And my in-laws happened to own a business in Wesleyville. My mother-in-law was, for some reason, she was driving down Smithson Avenue to go to the dentist, because our dentist is over here in Lawrence Park, and she saw the home now that we currently live in was for sale, and we took a look at it and started to kind of explore the community, and it was almost instantly like love at first sight for a variety of reasons, which we can talk about. Lawrence Park is pretty amazing. I don't know if many of you know, but on the 4th of July, we have an old-fashioned bike parade. The police officers in town start at Lake Cliff, and typically the bike parade is supposed to be for children, but it seems like the whole town turns out. Everyone decorates their bikes, dresses up in patriotic gear, and we're led from Lake Cliff down Iroquois, pick up another group of bikers, go through town on our bikes, and end up at Napier Park for kind of an old-fashioned 4th of July. There were literally sack races and water balloon fights and bouncy houses and hot dogs and music, and the whole town gathers after the bike parade, and then in the afternoon there's a parade that goes through town and fireworks in the evening. I mean, we literally come out of our house in the evening after spending the day with our neighbors and just kind of a backyard picnic and watch the fireworks kind of over Lawrence Park, and it's just really kind of that very great sense of nostalgia and fun and community. And it doesn't really stop there. Lawrence Park does an amazing job with all of their holiday events. So Halloween is another one where it was quite surprising to us how into Halloween the whole community seems to get, particularly around Elbow Tree Park, which is where we live. Neighbors decorate their homes, and it's an event. Not only are people trick-or-treating and out talking with their neighbors, but people are kind of having like mini parties in their driveways. They're, getting their fire pits out and sharing stories, and it's just kind of a very festive time in Lawrence Park. And then, of course, Christmas is another time where the community just seems to turn out. So there's this lovely gazebo in town, and Santa Claus arrives at the gazebo on December 23rd every year on one of the fire trucks. And then the townspeople line up, the children go up and ask Santa for what they want for Christmas. And then we, a few years ago, trying to kind of build on that small town nostalgic feel, started hosting a caroling party. So we'll have people over typically the Sunday before Christmas. It just kind of depends on when the holiday falls, and we'll gather, and then we'll hit the street, and we typically carol around Elbow Tree Park, and it's unexplainable, kind of the feeling, just that the sense of community that Lawrence Park kind of garners. So one of the other reasons that we love Lawrence Park, one of the other reasons we chose to move to Lawrence Park, was how walkable Lawrence Park is. We happened to be looking at the house that we ended up buying. It was either the first or second time that we looked at the house, and I was standing out on the sidewalk kind of staring at the house, analyzing it, thinking about our future in the home, and this gentleman walked by, and it happened to be a neighbor on an adjacent street, Mr. Mosier, who is the barber in town, which is great. We have a barber shop in town, and he said, "You know what, you should just live there. I think you should really buy that house." And I said, "Well, can you tell, why do you say that? Why do you live in Lawrence Park?" And he goes, "I've lived here for my whole life. We love Lawrence Park. It's just one of the best communities that you can possibly live in." I have to say, we're We're thrilled to be in Lawrence Park. I mean, we've been here for 5 years. We plan on being here for many more. I have seen no reason actually to leave. We once again love the sense of community. We see our boys growing up here. I love that my son, my oldest son, can safely walk through Elbow Tree Park to go visit and play with neighbors, that the children are able to safely ride their bikes up and down the sidewalk, and just all of those things that one hopes for in a community, one hopes for when you move to a place, that it's safe, that it's comfortable, that it's warm and welcoming. All of those things are true about Lawrence Park, and I would say exponentially true about Lawrence Park, and we're just really thrilled to be a part of the community.